Page 6, Bell Song. 3/4 time. Don't see any sharps or flats anywhere, so it's going to be all the white keys. We got repeat signs over on page 7. We'll take care of those. So let's start it one hand at a time. We got a lot of dotted rhythms. This is a good exercise for dotted rhythms. So right hand is here. So it's 3. It has a pickup beat coming in on beat 3. See, if you look at the bottom of page 7, last measure, it's a half note. That's 2 counts. This is the 3rd count of the measure, because every measure's got to have 3 counts. 3 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and reach up with the little finger. Don't move the hand up, just leave the hand where it is, because you want the 4th finger on the F at the end of the line. And 2. 1 and 2. So forth. Let's go over to page 7, 2nd line. And that's pretty much it for the right hand. Now when we do the repeat, we're going to go up an octave, but I'll come back to that when I put the hands together. Let's do the left hand. You're starting down here on C position. It's a dotted half note. Remember, a dotted half note is the same as 3 quarter notes. Just memorize it. So if a quarter note gets a count, that's going to get 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, 1. Bring the thumb up 1, like so. And that's tied, so you're going to hold that down for 5 counts. Yay, team. Rest, and the next line, bring the thumb back. 2, 3. And that's tied for 5 counts. Oh, goody. And then the second line is the same as the first. The third line, same as the first. Some lines, same as some line. I don't know what it is. Top of page 7. First line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2. And then in the second line, well, this is where the fun starts. Hold on to your socks. First measure, you have a C and an E. In the second measure, you have a treble clef. See, they can change clef signs anytime, as much as they want to. But it has to be at a bar line, like this. And they do that. Every measure has a different clef sign. Those are fun. You'll just go on. So the second measure, treble clef, you got to come up here. It's 2 and 4. 4 and 2. C and E up here. And then the next measure, bass clef again. You come back down to this C and E. And next measure, treble clef, go back up to this C and E. Can't make up your mind, can you? And then it's bass clef again for the next line. 2, 3, 2, 3. And then the last measure of the third line is treble clef again. Come up here. You just lift up and move. You don't have to do it real quick, no jerky motions, but don't take your time about it. Just lift up. It's about equal to an 8th rest. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Something like that. It's not exactly an 8th rest, but to give you an idea. You have time. Not a lot of time, but a little time. Put the hands together. At the beginning, you're here. 1 and 2 and 3. 2. And when you play the F, the left hand has to come up. It's a rest. Let's go over to page 7, 2nd line, where the fun starts. Your right hand isn't moving around. You just so right after I play the C is when I move up. Now at the end of the line, you get a quarter rest. That's what makes it a little easier. Does that all the way to the rest of the piece like that. You're just going back and forth. You have to look down at the keyboard for that, but you probably don't need to look down at the keyboard for any of this other stuff eventually. And once you have that, we can add the articulation. Well, there isn't really any articulation except the slurs. So if there's nothing marked, like at the beginning in the left hand, there's nothing there, go ahead and connect them as best you can. Here in the right hand, we're going to connect it. Then in, lift up. It's like taking a breath. And so lift the hands together. it's the end of between each one of these slurs, just lift up a little bit. And wherever it is, it's the right hand in this piece. Then we can add the dynamics. Well, it applies to the melody. Whatever you think moderately loud is, sort of loud, keep the left hand soft, keep it out of the way. We want to hear the melody. And you're staying in that area. You don't have to stay exactly medium loud. You can get a little louder and softer once you get to know the piece and you get to feel in the music. You can get a little louder and softer, but it's in that range. And then when you get over to page 7, second line, you go up a little louder. Now it's loud. That's the right hand. Keep the left hand out of the way. And now it's soft. At the end of the third line, you see that piece? It's like an echo. The left hand has to be very soft. And then you repeat that, and that's where the note comes in. Second time, both hands 8 VA. So you're ending down here at the bottom. Now you're going to come up. Both hands are going to come up. However, the right hand needs to come up here, and the left hand's in the way. Well, the left hand doesn't play on that pickup beat. So when you finish it, just get the left hand out of the way, and as you play that, you can get the left hand down here. Because the notes are written here, but you got to go up an octave. So you're ending it here at the bottom. Then just come right hand up here, left hand down. It takes a little practice, but figure out where your hands are going. You go from this C position to this C position. You're going from this spot to this C position. So here to here. So forth. So at the end there, it's 1, 2. So that makes this note way up there. Now if you have a really short keyboard and you don't have those notes, don't worry about it, just stay where you're at. You don't have to play them up there, you can play them where they are. You make do with the instrument that you have. And then at the bottom it says second time retardando. That means after you repeated, you're up here. Slow down a little bit. So the last line would be there. Just slow down a little bit. Speed-wise, well, it's moderately fast. Not too fast. And that's the flow of the piece. Whatever that is. Whenever you pick a speed for a piece and how fast you want to take it, you find the most difficult part in the piece, the part that causes you the most headaches or stomach aches, whatever it is. And how fast can you play that accurately? And that tells you how fast you can go at the beginning. So look on the second line there on page 7. When you're going, your left hand's going crazy, how fast can you play that accurately? If you gotta go, if that's your speed, fine. Then that's what you do at the beginning. Don't play one part of this at one speed because it's easier, and then slow down when it gets hard. I hear a lot of beginners and amateurs do that. Please don't do that. The whole piece needs to be at one speed until the very end when you slow down. So be careful on that. Don't try and play it too fast. Then they've added pedal. Well, isn't this going to be fun? On page 7, starting in the second line, you'll push the notes down first and then the pedal. So second line on page 7, when the pedal comes in, I'll push the notes down first and then the pedal. And I'm going to hold the pedal down all the way to the last measure. And for the half note, I'm here. When I lift the hands for the half note, I lift the pedal with them. So there's silence there. It's like taking a breath. And then I don't use the pedal again until the next line. And the last two measures, again, I push the notes down first. And I lift the pedal with the hands on the half note. So there's silence before I play the G. The third line is like the second line. And then the last line is the last two measures. It's the same approach. I'd like to play this with you very slowly. We will do the repeats and we'll do the AVA and all that stuff. I won't do any dynamics, but I'll go ahead and do the pedaling too. So I'll give us 2 counts because we come in on beat 3. So let's try this together very slowly. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. 1, 2. 2. Two.